starting.
You're like, bam! It's on! I was trying to set it up and just went ahead and goes boop. There's like no thinking about nothing. Good morning, angels. Yes, I'm driving.
Don't be staring
Don't
at
be
that
staring
while
at
you're
you.
driving.
I shouldn't stare at you. That's
Yes.
my problem. I got a problem with doing this. Hi. How are you? Okay, so just wanted me to go over a few things, try to get your spouses involved a little bit more. Unfortunately, I'm going to say this past year, I haven't been involved, but directly with the business. And that's something that we've discussed. Even though I haven't been directly involved with the business, I have been freeing up time for Jess to do what she has to do by running the kids around where they need to be. So whether or not you think you're involved, you really are. But you got to think about how. You might not think you're doing anything, and you actually are doing something. I got you. So, a few other tips, besides taking care of the kids and taking care of the house. Ladies, if you're going to try to be sneaky about it, let me tell you how sneaky Jess was a little bit. All right. We'll go a little sneaky trip. All right. See, I can't do 5 things at once.
Probably have
she should have drove. All right. If you're going to try to do the sneaky thing, well, I don't want to say sneaky, but if you're trying to get him involved without him or her really knowing it, buy him a t-shirt. Then they're going to walk around wearing a t-shirt, right? And then people are going to start to ask them questions. Put their picture on the card with you, on your little business card, Oh, I can't sit right here. You can't see me. All right. I mean, something. Are they even open? It's little subtle things, that you could try to do to get your significant other involved in the business a little bit more without them realizing that they're actually involved with the business. Then people will start asking them questions, and then they'll start asking you questions, and then they'll start to learn a little bit more. Who we got on here? We got a lot of people watching. Miss Heather Bott. Hi. Mary Jane did. Hi, guys. So, it's just something, it truly is a blessing. And like I said, in this past year, we've discussed that even though I haven't been directly involved in the business, things that I've been doing, that your spouse or your significant other is probably doing, or if they can help out with, is like doing stuff around the house, concentrating on running the kids back and forth to their sports, so it frees you up to do what you would like to do, with your sales or your parties, or even bring them to a party if they've never experienced a party. Have a party at the house, and when they decide they're going to go out and hang out with the guys, say, you know what, all the guys are coming over here also.
Yeah.
So
Hi, Heather.
So that's going to get them involved also without even realizing it. And don't let them go sit in another room and watch the game. All right? Be like, put it on a night where there's no sports going on, or which is kind of tough because you got football, baseball, and basketball starting all up right now.
Or that could be the reason why all these people come over.
Or that could be the reason why the people come over. You have the game on. You have a Scentsy party going on without them even realizing it, because the wives are going to come over, the girlfriends are going to come over, the significant other's going to come over. Who knows these days? You got to be politically correct, right? So just kind of get involved without, they're going to wind up getting involved without even realizing they're getting involved. Is there anything else you want to know?
What did you do in the beginning?
What is that interview?
I know that you. Okay, just so you guys know,
okay.
he's trying to apologize for himself for not being as involved in the last year. But we have an assistant now who's actually watching. Hi, Cassie. And so she helps us do stuff that he used to do.
Okay, so in the
beginning.
beginning.
So we're lucky now that
I'm
we can
sorry.
afford that. But when I couldn't afford to pay an assistant, what did you do?
Okay, see, she's got to kick me in the head to draw the memory. All right, so basically what goes on is when the boxes, when the orders come in, you're going to have a ton of bars, you're going to have a ton of warmers, you're going to have, just ask him to help label. He or she or whoever can be sitting there watching TV and throwing labels on. That's a good way to get your kids involved too. But if you want your partner involved, your significant other, your husband, your wife, whatever, just get the labels out and start labeling. And people just migrate to what are you doing? Oh, and they'll just start picking stuff up without even realizing it. He's going to be picking up a bar and putting a label in the bar. Oh, is this right? Is this the way you want me to do it? And then you're like, no, you want you to do it this way. So then show them the correct way.
Until you train them properly.
Show them the correct way on how to do it. But labeling is a big thing. Bringing catalogs to work is a big thing, which I need to do since it's a new catalog also.
Yes.
Answering questions, but basically it's pretty much labeling, helping with deliveries. What else was there?
What else did you do, babe?
I did a lot.
He did a lot of, like, when I did events, and he still does.
Help set up.
Like, help pack my car, all the heavy stuff. He'll drive to the event with me, set up for me, and then he'd come back later to help me break down. And sometimes, he does do the events with me if I don't have anybody else to, but we haven't done that in a while because, we are so lucky. We now have amazing business partners on our team that want to build a business. And so now I have, that are actually watching right now, that I can have work the business with me and help build their business at the same time. But in the beginning, I didn't have a lot of people that were really trying to make a business. They just wanted their own, Scentsy, and they just wanted to sell to their friends and family, and that's it. So they weren't looking to do events. So he was my only partner to help me do that.
Ladies, the biggest thing is with guys is they want to see a return. But fortunately, there's no but. I'm sorry. Fortunately, there's no but. With the business, you have to, you're going to get out what you put into it. And if something goes down where, you have a car breakdown, or if you have, a water pipe break in your house, anything that's going to be significantly not covered under, like, an insurance policy, or even an insurance policy, your copay, to have that extra money just to come out of nowhere is practically amazing. It's not practically, it is amazing for you to turn around and say, oh my God, my car's broke down. Your cars aren't cheap to get fixed these days. $1,000 later, you took it in for an oil change, and it's $1,000 later, and you're like, holy cow.
At least that's what happens with us.
I took it in for a $50 oil change, and now I got to pay you $1,000. What the heck are we going to do? And when you turn around and say, you know what, babe, I got this. And he's like, what do you mean you got this? You're like, I have the extra money. We can take care of it. Okay, what'd you do, rob a bank? And that's when you turn around and explain to him, that little business, that hobby that I've had, that I've been working on? Well, guess what? It's built up a bank account enough so if something happens, here's our little security plan right here. So, that is a huge thing. Once somebody sees that, believe me, it's like flipping a switch. They'll start to be, oh my God, really? Some guys will be like, oh, that's cool. That's great. Oh, she's got a little hobby that I can just go out and buy whatever I want now. But that's not the case. To get them involved, just kind of like, little things like ask them to start labeling, help label, do a delivery with them, have him do a delivery for you. Pretty soon it's going to be, they're going to be taking orders. So if they're going to take orders, they're going to be like, holy crap. Babe, I have no idea this person wants this. Cause that happened to us. I was like at work and guys like wanting orders, and she's like, well, you have an order form. Let's start by putting their name at the top. Something simple like that. And it gets into more and more and more, and then you start helping out with parties. Well, takes a certain individual, but you never know. Somebody
not that he went and did parties on a regular basis, but when I needed him to, like, I was really, really sick one day and I had a party, he was able to go and do the party. I was really, really sick last year, or the beginning of this year, right, May?
Yeah, and I had to go do an event.
He had to go do an event for me with one of our team members.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's all the time your husband has to be doing everything with you, but them to be familiar with what goes on in the business is helpful, especially when you have like a goal to have a family day. You can say, okay, well, if all of us get together and get all these bars labeled and orders packaged, mom's free and we can go have fun. And so that's just and what I did with kids is I would like give them incentives, like, okay, once we get all this done, we'll go to the dollar store or something. And, if you have young kids, they get excited about that. So, now that when they're older, You guys make me smile. Aww,
the other thing is too, you know, I mean, if he's always complaining or she's always complaining that you're never home because you're doing deliveries, the more you can turn around. The more you can turn around and say, hey, you know, if you help me out a little bit, we can get this done quicker.
Yes.
You know?
So anyways, a lot of people were asking me how I got Mitch to get involved in the beginning. We have a lot of new consultants in our group the last few months, and so just wanted him to get on since he has the time right now to share some tips and stuff of how to help. That's probably the biggest struggle most consultants say is, how do I get my spouse involved or to at least support me with what I'm doing? The biggest key of what Mitch said is that it's so true. Men just need to see a result, and it doesn't necessarily have to be financial in the beginning, but they need to see that you're enjoying it and that you're not like being taken away even more away from things you've already need to be doing. Like if you're a housewife, you know, if all of a sudden the dishes are never getting done and the floor's never getting mopped and the clothes are not getting clean and you're not bringing a paycheck, that's going to be an issue. But for me, all those things with the house did kind of go under the wayside for a while, but I was making money, so he was okay with that. And then as I grew and I learned my business more, I was able to start cleaning up again and having time, because it was kind of like a learning trial and error phase of learning the business. So I just couldn't even think of, you know, washing dishes, so he took that slack a little bit. Well, he did actually, not a little bit. But it was because we were trying to build a business. So if you're not trying to build a business, but you still want your spouse to be involved, those are small little things you can have them do together in order to, not take away from your spouse and your family. It can be a very good family business.
And if, because people go to jobs and they work hard and they come home and I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. But it takes a lot more discipline to stay at home and do the job from the house.
Oh, yeah.
Than it does to actually walk out the door every day, to go to a job and then come home. So when that discussion comes up, because it most likely will, or it hasn't already, the other person, whoever's going to work and whoever's staying at home, has to realize that it's not that easy. Have them switch with you for a weekend. Just have them, for one day on a Saturday, have them do the business all day long. And believe me, that should stop that whole thing right off the bat.
Rude awakening.
It's serious. If they do, you show them exactly what to do and how you're doing it all day long, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. If you're working your business like a business, or and believe me, that will stop.
Okay.
Any
last? Mitch, what is your favorite warmer and bar?
What is my favorite? You know what? There's been so many new warmers that honestly I can't really say what's my favorite warmer. Because, well, sports the sports ones. My Yankee one, yeah, that's a favorite. But there's been so many different ones throughout the years that they keep changing. And every time you think this is like, oh my God, my favorite, something else comes up. I mean, come on, you got the barbecue. You got there's just
what is it? What was it called? The not snapshot. That was another one. The photo one, because it reminded you of your dad.
That was the snapshot. That was the one where you put the photo in there and everything like that? Yeah.
No, the one that looked like a camera.
Oh, the new one that's out. Yeah.
What is that? That's bad. Neither of us know
horrible,
what
right?
it is.
There's been so many warmers that come through that we can't remember. But it was the warmer of the month about, 4 or 5 months ago?
And bam, it's right here. Always have your stuff on you. In case you forget. Still frame.
The still frame, yeah.
This one right here.
This reminds me of my dad, this one right there.
His dad,
my dad was a photographer. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorites.
And what's your favorite fragrance?
My favorite fragrance... Yeah, my favorite fragrance is, perfectly pomegranate. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, people... Guys, you're out there. You're thinking it's a no joke, but believe me, guys buy this stuff more than women do, because guys want their houses, their apartments to smell good.
Yes.
Because they don't want anybody walking in and going, ugh.
Especially
is that
if
like
you're
dirty
single.
laundry? Is that like garbage? What is that? So always remember, guys want this stuff just as much as ladies do. And it's candles, it's wax. You know what?
It's not candles.
It's not candles, I'm sorry. It's wax. Strike that. Strike that from the document. It's candles which sell. Honestly, they sell itself. It sells itself. What everybody's buying is you. So that's all I got for you today. Okay? My helpful tips.
And I'm done.
And I'm done. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And if you just came on, please watch the. Look at all these people popping up now.
I know.
Watch the recording. You know. So bye. Have a good day.
Okay. And finish.
Cut. Oh, it didn't cut.